Hello. So I haven't really vlogged this week at all. I don't know what's happened this week. I've felt a little bit... So this is the first time I'm talking to the camera. Hello and welcome to this rubbish vlog. I am VA Winter, an indie author retelling history and classic literature with a speculative twist, potentially doing an odd fairy tale retelling as well because that's starting to interest me. This is Project Freedom, in which I'm aiming to rid myself of my day job, clutter and debt. And this is week 8. I might in the morning do a quick check-in with where I am with my goals for the quarter. My sticky notes are moving on my Kanban board, they're moving. I've been doing stuff at the beginning of this week, but I've been very tired this week and just feeling a bit meh. I did Publish and Thrive. I've done module 3, the lessons for module 3, which was the business of writing. So a lot of that module was not relevant to me because I'm in the UK and it's a US based course. And obviously I've been through it before, so I kind of know a little bit what I'm doing. I need to set up things like profit and loss spreadsheets, and I should be tracking my sales. Sarah Cannon gave us some free resources that are exclusive to Publish and Thrive in order to do that. I'm thinking about what I might want to pay for in the future. I'm kind of been thinking about costs as well because we've sort of talked about budgeting as well this week, thinking about budgeting for those first 3 to 5 books, because the chances are your first 3 to 5 books won't sell a lot as an indie. That is just the way it rolls. It's kind of at book 5 that a lot of people start to see a return on investment. So it's kind of thinking, how much can you afford to spend on 3 to 5 books? So I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking, how can I do things on a budget but also put out a quality book? I did recently watch, as in yesterday, Rhiannon Edwards, who is an indie author based here in the UK actually, video, and she's just rebranded her entire series, and she was talking about in her video, which I'll leave linked down below, how much that cost and doing it on a budget. So I've done Publish and Thrive. I've been thinking about that, thinking about budgeting and thinking about getting my book out there. I've also been reading The People by Selina Todd, Rise and Fall of the Working Class 1910 to 2010. It's basically just a history of working class in Britain over those years. I'm finding it really interesting. I learned the history of the word skivvy, which if you're not from England, you probably won't know that word. It's a word that gets used in the context of an insult for poor people. Skiv comes from skivvy. It also gets used in the context of I'm not your skivvy. I never knew until reading this book where the word comes from. It was a slang word that developed in the early 20th century to refer to domestic servants. So obviously the middle and upper class had servants, had maids and butlers and things like this. And it became an occupation that wasn't something anybody really aspired to do. It was an occupation that you took on when you had no other choice. When girls just had to go, because it was mostly female by that point, it was maids. They had to go and earn money, and that was the easiest way to do it. But obviously it was a situation whereby they had very little independence. They had long working hours, low pay. They lived in these houses. They didn't go to work. They lived at work. And it became something in the early 20th century that only the really poor did. So it became an insult and a slur, which is interesting. I also finished ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I finished this on Tuesday. I actually quite liked it. I feel like it's got some flaws. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite books of all time, but I enjoyed it. I kind of liked the romance in it, but it was very insta-love, and neither of the characters really have a lot of personality. The main character, Feyre, probably has the most personality, the love interest. Do I understand why she loves him? No, not really. It feels more like lust. It feels more like a physical attraction rather than I am in love with you as a person. But it's still nicely written, which I didn't like Throne of Glass because I didn't like the writing. But this is actually quite good. There are some clunky bits. I think I said last week when I started it, there are some clunky bits, particularly at the beginning. The question that I wanted answering was answered in an interesting way that I thought in the middle it had been answered, and then it turns out it hadn't been answered, and the real answer happened towards the end. It is for me, like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. There is another fairy tale, East of the Sun, West of something, that she also apparently took inspiration from, which I thought was interesting because I went into this not knowing it was a retelling of anything, just knew it was a fantasy romance. It's a retelling. And it's a combination of different fairy tales, which being the fact that I love retellings, I was like, So I need to finish the series. I haven't started Shadow and Bone yet by Leigh Bardugo. That is my next book. That's all I've done really this week. I don't know whether I said that it was Thursday evening. I've been at work today. I had an early shift again, but not too early. That was the other thing. Yesterday, I started editing my 6 Reasons Why I'm Indie Publishing video, which I'd filmed weeks ago, but just never got around to editing. And then I noticed that it was wonky. The background was wonky. So the bookshelves behind me were like that on the screen. I was like, I can't publish it like that. I can't publish it like that. So I re-scripted it yesterday evening. I've just refilmed it now. I'm going to edit it tonight and hopefully get it up tonight. It's going to be late for my apparently now Thursday upload, but it's going to go up today. So I'm going to shut up rambling. I'm going to get on with editing this video. And here I am again. I've just posted my 6 Reasons Why I'm Indie Publishing video. I intended to get it up last night, but it got to the point I finished the main edits of it last night, but I was just so tired I couldn't finish it last night. So I uploaded it anyway and posted it this morning. So that is now live. So I'll leave it linked up in the cards, whichever side it is. I always get it wrong. And I'm editing this vlog now. I have about half an hour until I need to leave for work, which is a bit miserable today because I have like a low-grade migraine. It's migraine symptoms. It's not bad enough that I need to stay in bed. Painkillers work, and once they kick in, I can barely feel it's there. But when the painkillers wear off, I'm in pain. But because of the way my job works, unless it's really bad, I can't really call in sick. This is why my goal is to work from home. This is why my goal is self-employment. Well, it's not the whole reason. It's part of the reason is I do get migraines. I get them roughly, I think, once a month at the minute. I'm trying to track them a little bit more, but I get them sort of once a month. I have one. I felt this one coming on for a few days. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. I just want to be able to call in sick to myself and not have it be a problem, but it is the way it is. That's it really. I think that's my Friday morning update. So I'm going to finish editing this vlog, edit this clip, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I am just doing a quick update on my goals, like I said I would on Thursday and didn't do yesterday. So I'm doing it today on Saturday. This is kind of how my Kanban board's looking for the quarter so far. We're making progress. The pink are my financial goals, which I've just got them covered up. The purple is my content. So that's books, YouTube, Instagram, anything that I'm creating. And the orange is my third goal under the HB90 system, which is either refilling the well or home and health, depending on the day you ask me. But it's essentially the books that I'm reading, Publish and Thrive, anything else that I'm doing is sort of professional development, decluttering, that kind of thing. The done section is on the right, the doing section is in the middle, the to-do section is on the left, and there's a blank one as well, because at one point my to-do section, there wasn't enough space on the original little sheet of paper that I've stuck to the wall. That's how my goals are going. I've just shown you, hopefully, just a little update of my Kanban board, how that's going. It's going, it's okay. I'm currently just getting ready for work. It's Saturday, so that means the end of the vlog. So I'm just closing it off, I guess. Yeah, so what have I accomplished this week? I've posted 2 YouTube videos again, which I think is an achievement. I like doing 2 a week because I like doing the vlog and then I like doing a sit-down video, but it is very time consuming, so we'll see how it goes. But I have managed it this week. I posted my video about why I'm indie publishing. I've done Publish and Thrive Module 3. The Q&A is tonight. I will be watching it tomorrow night because, again, I'm working late. And I've read most of The People by Selena Todd. I've got about 100 pages left, which I should hopefully get through on Monday. And I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I still haven't started Shadow and Bone, but I will get there. I won't start it tonight because I'll be finishing editing the vlog tonight when I get in. So it'll probably be tomorrow. So that's next week's fiction read. And that's it really. It's not been a tremendously productive week. I've just felt a bit off this week and felt a bit discouraged. I'm sort of still feeling how I felt a little bit at the end of last week's vlog. you know, feeling that gap between where I am and where I want to be is huge. I'm just trying to believe, because believing it will work out the way I want it to is much more better for my mental health than believing it won't, and why am I bothering trying? For now, I'm going to say thank you for watching if you made it this far. My short story is always linked down below in my description. Hit like if you like, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next week with another video or two.